Hello everyone, this is Thea from Mindful Living Sanctuary, and I thought I would join you today and talk to you a little bit about things that I love. Today is April Fool's Day, goodness gracious, April 1st, 2022, and I am trying out some new camera equipment that Kevin showed me how to use a little bit, so this is the first big experiment. I'm in the living room in our home, and everything is cloudy and rainy and drizzly on this April 1st. So I thought it'd be a good time to sit down inside and show you some of the plants that I have gathered over the years. I really love the house plants because at this time of year it's so difficult when it's snowy and drizzly and rainy, and it's just gray skies. We live up in Oswego, New York, and in Oswego, the situation that we have is we're right by Lake Ontario. So being at Lake Ontario, we get a lot of cloud cover because the wind and the storms always come from the north, which is where the lake is. So when I have the house plants in the living room and the dining room, it just makes some greenery and just makes us smile. So what I'm going to do is take you on just a little walkabout. Nothing is too special. I did have some labels in some of the plants. Some plants I don't have the labels in, so that'll be a good homework assignment for me to go ahead and actually Google and find out what they're called. I've had them for so many years, sometimes I've just forgotten what they are. So I am going to go ahead and I think I'll show you the living room first. Okay, see you in a bit. All right, everybody, so I'm in the same chair when I started talking at the beginning, so I'm facing south, and all of our windows in this house are mostly on the south side because it's a passive solar house, which makes wonderful glass and all for the plants. So you'll notice that all the plants are kind of facing these windows on the south. So let's start our little tour. Get up, and I got a couple of helpers here today. Let's see, we have Hanky, and it's cold outside, so that means that the cats are enjoying snuggling up there on the love seat. And back to our friendly plants. So as we walk around, this one is a big one. It's a Monstera philodendron, and I got this last year, and it was about half the size as it is now. I just moved it into this room because it outgrew the other one. And next to it on the table is a gorgeous little peperonia. And there we go. That was also half the size. I got that in the grocery store. Very easy to keep. Most of these plants are just, Monday is watering day. And on that day I go through, check for any bugs, see who's dry, who's wet, who needs to be watered. So we'll back up a little here. And this one is a type of orchid cactus. It makes beautiful, beautiful orange leaves. I got this from a tiny little 6-inch cutting from my girlfriend. Then we'll come over this way. And this big one here is called a night cereus. And it can grow very big. It's an epiphyte, and so it grows on trees and all. And it only makes a flower that lasts for one evening. So lots of times people will just have parties and all get together so they can all watch the big flower bloom. This did bloom twice for us. I'm hoping maybe this year it'll bloom again. The leaves are really kind of cool. I'll see if I can walk up to one now and show you here. Let's reach over this way. and you can see how they come off of the others. It's kind of cool. Like the vines, you can see just come out like that. But it can kind of take over everything, so I've given my friends lots of cuttings. This one over here, I'll bring it down for us. This is a ZZ plant. Try and get it so the light is better for you. Oh, that might work. And these can get pretty big too. They're really nice, easy to care for, don't need a lot of light, and they're good for a beginner person. Put that back. Now, because this window is south, I'm able to put a lot of plants that are cactus or succulents here, and they're quite comfortable even on the bright days. So we have several succulents. We have a little paddle plant over here. Let's see if we can go ahead and point to that one. Let's see, this is a little paddle plant here. This is a nice little succulent, and that one over here is a nice little one, and it's having a baby come off the side. This one, gotta tell you about this one. This one looks like an onion, so they call it an onion plant. And I'm going to go down, and you can see that the leaves just trail down like this. And what will happen with this plant is it'll go ahead and it will get like twice the size. The bulb will, at least twice the size. And then it'll split and have babies coming off. So my girlfriend has this plant, and she had one of the babies, and she was kind enough to, this last week, give me a cutting of it. Let's see, well, this one coming over here is a citronella plant, which started as a little cutting, and you can see right here where I cut it a couple days ago. So I'm starting new babies, and then this, see the little leaves coming out, it'll all bush out for us. And so when we sit outside in the summertime, we go ahead and have this plant next to us so we don't go ahead and get all mosquito bitten. All right, let's see, we're going to sneak right down. Hiding over here are some little baby jade starting plants. So this one is just your, point to that, our kind of regular jade you see all over the place. And way down over here is, they call them Shrekiers. They're a type of jade, but it'll get really, really big, just like the other plant. And there's also some burrowtail starting. So these were just little leaflets that came off and fell off, and then I was able to get a couple leaves, stuck them in the soil, and voila, a plant is starting. This one is a type of orchid. And let's see if we can focus on her. There we go. And you can see the roots like to be in the air a lot. It makes a big, beautiful white flower. I think I have a label. Let's see what we got here. Yep. Agroscum Warrior Mark, and something I can't pronounce. So we just call it the beautiful white flower orchid plant. And the neat thing about this, and I'll zoom in, is it is also starting to make little babies. There's one there and one there and over here, and maybe we can zoom in on this side. I'll pull the leaf back. See that baby right there? That's another one. So we're getting at least 3 plants coming off of that. And the table next to it has an orchid here. It's a dendrobium, and another one over here. This is another orchid cactus with the big flowers. And then this one will shift out a little bit, and we'll get the pointer. And this one can grow into a very big tree. They call it Scheffelaria. I think some people also call it umbrella tree. That was half the size at least, or maybe a third the size. I got just, in the grocery store, and it seems to be doing very, very well. All right, so we're going to pan around past our big Monstera plant and look at some of the ones on the other side of the living room. This one here is an arrowhead. Good name because it kind of looks like pointy like an arrow with a little bit of a pothos that got stuck in there. This one tends to get those white mealybugs. And then some of the mealybugs go on a couple of other plants. Every year I've had trouble with this. I've used some of the supposed to be safe pyrethrin little sprays and then washing the plants. As soon as I put these plants outside when it's warm enough for the summer, all the other insects that eat mealybugs have been wonderful and gotten rid of all the parasites. So that's super. And I'll zoom down below. This one is a Florida Beauty. And then down here are, this one here is a type of, I can't remember exactly what it is. I have to get the label out. But it likes dry soil. Here's our friendly Clivia. She gets used, and she's had, it only was one plant, but you can see there's babies everywhere here. And they make a big, beautiful orange flower. And up above her is a prayer plant that started with like 2 leaves, and it is so happy now. This one's just opening up. So it took about 5 months to kind of like the location. That's one. Let's go here. This is a wandering Jew, they call it. I think its also scientific name is Transcantia. And these are just from cuttings from people at work. Let's see. Yep, too high up there. And outside dog run. And this guy, let's see if the light behaves for us over here, is getting babies off the side. Let's see, we'll bring her over here. Here we go. So this is just one at Tractor Supply, little succulent. Here we go. That's a better picture of her. And then last month there started to be little ones coming off the side. So once they get bigger, we can root these and have more and share with our friends. All right, we'll put her back. And below her is this big monster. And it's a type of philodendron. I think it's Xalantan. It is really big. It was half the size and it just keeps on getting bigger. So I think I'm going to have to divide it on this summer because when I water it, the water just drains through because it's become root bound. All right, and the last one in this room is this nice little one. This is a silver pothos. I get a little close, you can see all the little silvery dots on her. Grows really well. I've made cuttings and given cuttings away, but you can see how it trails and trails and trails and trails and trails down. All right, let's turn around and we'll walk to the other side of the house that has south windows. Oh, I probably should show you over here. Sometimes when I root plants, I have a little aquarium with some sphagnum moss on the bottom, and you just stick the little leaves in there, and voila, you get all kinds of babies. And off to the side looking at you is Frodo. He is my little fish that was on my fish tank in my desk at work I brought home when I retired. And he's a little betta fish. All right, got a little distracted. Let's go find more plants in the other end of the house. All right, so this is east, but south is where all the plants are. We also cheated and put some fluorescent lights, you can see there. And yesterday I put that one up over here. So I'll just go through quickly and give you a little tour. So in the corner here are ones that I actually got with some cuttings from friends. More the Wandering Jew, and that's this one. Just keeps on making babies. And this one is a peperonia. And here's another pothos. They're quite prolific. And then we'll turn over this way and look, let's see, go up. And this is an orchid that I got from a client when I was retiring. There's one little flower left. It stayed blooming for, Lord, 3 months, 3.5 months now. And this is a nice little sign that another client gave me because she knows when I retired I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the garden. Then below her is, coming down, is a begonia and a little snake plant. They're really easy. Here's a little snake plant right here. They stay nice and short. And I think this, they call it a money plant. This one is getting some nursing care. It wasn't happy at work, so we brought it home. And on this table is a cutting that I got from a friend, and it's a Bella Hoya, I believe. And behind her is a little purple waffle. Just keeps on growing. And this is a Hoya also, that little leaf. And this is a rosemary plant I brought in for the winter. And another pothos. And this little one here are silver quills. This guy, it's a little naked looking now, but every time I think it's dying, it's like they turn brown, the leaves, and then shoot up another one. So it's usually bushy. We'll see how it is in the summer. I've had this plant less than 1 year. And some more begonias. And crown of thorns. It just keeps on making flowers. God bless it. This is a cutting leaf of another begonia. This is our ponytail palm. Let's just see if we can, there we go. And this tends to get those aphids also, so I just gave it a bath yesterday and all. And up over here is a begonia rex. That was a cutting from a friend, and because her mother had the plant, it just grew too big, and I don't know, this is just growing like crazy. The one behind it, I'm going to pan up. Let's see. Can you see up the wall? All these leaves, they're just sticking themselves to the wood of the house. And if you follow it behind, and let's see if we can do this. It really starts way down here and is trailed up the wood, and it's called a shingle vine. I don't know what I'm going to do with it in the summer. I'll have to detach her from the wall somehow. This is a bird's nest fern. And this one over here, let's see, the label says that it's a euphorbia. And my God, this was like 4 inches tall, and now look at it. I don't know how big this is going to end up getting. There we go. There we go. And this is another type of, I believe it's a type of philodendron. And this is another philodendron which started with 3 leaves at work and seems to be quite happy. And next to her is a zigzag. And I think they named it zigzag because the leaves, you know, they just kind of do zig and zag in there. And all those little thin ones are just new ones that have popped up. So that's really cool. And this is a ribbon plant of Dracaena. Had for years. So I'll just pan around just so you can kind of see, and I'll back up a little bit what the room looks like. So you got your hanging plants and plants on the right, and we'll pan over some, and plants on the left, and the doggy door out to nature. And all during the summer, they will be outside. I'll kind of take a little walk, see if this works over here. Let's go this way. If we look out this window, let's see if we can get a little sneak preview. See that little paver wall there? That's a nice little looking cranny. I'm going to line all the house plants on their little tables out here, because on one side they'll get plenty of light and the other will be less light, but they get a little protection from the wind. So that's going to be their home for the summer. So when that happens, I will go ahead and make another video. Super. Well, thank you very, very much for watching the whole video, and I hope you enjoyed all the plants and that you have some at home too. If you liked it, I appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And now all the cats are coming around to say goodbye to you. There's a couple right there. Another one walking by. Take care, you guys. Have a great day and enjoy every moment. Bye-bye.